Hi all. In this video we're going to be finding the volumes of right rectangular prisms, also known as boxes. So let's take a look. This is a homework problem that I'm giving you, and we've got all this information about the different types of trucks that you can rent for moving. So you can rent a van, and we've got the dimensions here, and you can rent a small truck, and we have the dimensions here. We'd like to know the volume. How much can we fit in the van? How much can we fit in the small truck? So just as a reminder, when we are doing volume, we are doing length, that's a cursive L, times width, times height. So let's start off by focusing on the van. So our volume is going to be that 10.5 times the 6 times the 6. And we have to rewrite that. So just a reminder, I've got to convert this mixed number into an improper fraction. I'm going to go around the world. 2 times 10 plus 1. That's going to give me 21 halves times, let's write that as 6 over 1 times 6 over 1. I put that all together, multiplying top times top times top and bottom times bottom times bottom, and I get 756 divided by 2. That is 378 cubic feet. That's how much the van carries. Okay, so we've done that. Let's do the same thing with the small truck. For the small truck, again, I've got to find volume by length times width times height. So that is going to be 12 times 8 times 6 3/4. And again, we've got this problem here. Mixed number, we've got to convert to an improper fraction. So we're going to have 12 times 8 times, let's see, if I go around, that's going to be 4 times 6 plus 3. Again, 4 times 6 plus 3. So that is 27/4. Oops, I better put ones underneath my other two numbers, making them look like fractions, so I can do all the multiplication. When I do all this, I'm going to get on the top 2,592, and on the bottom 4, and you can do some work to show that that comes out evenly to 648, again, cubic feet. And that makes sense. We would expect that our small truck has a larger volume than our van. But that's not quite the entire problem. The problem is trying to figure out which one is a better deal. So let's put up some information and figure out which one's a better deal, a van or a small truck. Now here's our real problem. We now know how much the van can carry, and this is how much it costs per day. This is part of our homework problem where it says it costs $94.50 per day. But the small truck holds more, 648 cubic feet, but it also costs more, $162. Which one is a better deal? Well, what we really want to find here is we want to find a unit rate. We want to find the cost per cubic foot. How many dollars per cubic foot? So we're going to write this out. We're finding a rate here. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the $94.50 and dividing by 378, and you know what? I used the term cubic foot up here. Let's use the abbreviation for that, and let's write feet cubed, like that. There, oh, there's my dog. All right, what do we get? Well, I'll tell you what we get. Use a calculator to put $0.25 per cubic foot. So that means it costs 25 cents to rent a cubic foot here. Well, let's do that for the small truck. For the small truck, we've got slightly different numbers. We've got $162 over 648 cubic feet. And surprise, you put that into the calculator, you get the same thing, $0.25 per cubic foot. What does that mean? Ah, thank you. My dog Claudia is telling us this is the same deal. In other words, it costs exactly the same per cubic foot to rent the van as it does for the small truck. Now, of course, you may want to use the van and the small truck for different purposes. You may be looking at this and going, the van has, oh, that volume's too small, I need more volume. But you know you're getting the same deal no matter whether or not you're renting the van or the small truck. So this is a great example of us finding some volumes of right rectangular prisms, also known as boxes, and then finding some rates and ratios.